Apple introduced a whole new lineup of iPhones, and I had a chance to sit down with Kaiann Drance, Apple's VP of Marketing for iPhone. We talk about how they choose their colors, a deep dive into the new features, and what's next for Apple.
We had quite an exciting morning, jaw-dropping, as you guys wanted to market it, and it surely was.
Okay.
The iPhone is in its 17th generation. I'm so curious how you introduce new innovations without having user fatigue.
Sure. Well, we're always focused on how do we bring the most customer benefit to our users. And this year, that included being able to introduce these four new models of iPhone, right? We have the iPhone 17, gorgeous colors, but big upgrades for the chip, for camera, for that center stage front camera experience, and a bigger, brighter, and better display with that 3x scratch resistance. And then we have this all new member of the family, the iPhone Air, which has pro performance, but this unbelievably thin and light design, yet it's more durable than any previous iPhone. And it still has an advanced camera system, great battery life, and great durability. And then for iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, we really pushed our Pro models to this next level of performance and capability, offering the best cameras, incredible performance, breakthrough battery life, and so many of the things that you'd expect from our Pro models as well. And so we really just focus on bringing all those great capabilities, and now customers have even more options to choose from.
And really, so many options. There is a phone for every person.
Indeed.
So I am a big Pro user. I love the bigger, the better. I like having my personal device sort of be like my computer, my end all be all. But now we have the Air. So let's talk about that a little bit. People want smaller phones at the same time with all the capabilities. How did that come about?
Well, we wanted to create something that really was this beautiful new innovation, and Apple Silicon, our advances in our chipset technology, allowed us to push this forward. And so it allowed us to create a design that was thin and light, where we were able to optimize for things like battery space, but still create incredible performance by putting our A19 Pro chip into it as well. And we were able to put a large 6.5-inch display because the thinness and lightness allowed us to do that without adding bulk. So we're really happy with where we landed. It's got a great battery life, thin and light, durable as well, and we think people are going to love it.
And for those who are watching, let's talk about that battery life. I think everyone wants a long lasting. Sometimes people are always, sitting at the edge of their desk or their bed waiting for their phones to charge. But I feel like this is just a new level right now where we're not really seeing people having to wait as long. And the battery life on all the devices are fantastic.
We do strive to make sure we have this fantastic battery life, all-day battery life across the lineup. And so we do want users to, because you're depending on your iPhone so much, we want you to be able to have that great battery life for everything that you're doing. And that was really important for us across the line.
And Apple Intelligence, specifically iOS 26. So we're going to see this roll out. Can you tell people what to expect with the new phones in Apple Intelligence?
Sure. Well, it'll continue to have great features that people are already using. And our approach with Apple Intelligence is to have it be private, personal, easy to use, and in the apps that you're using all the time. So whether it's writing tools or cleanup in photos, it's there where you need it. And with iOS 26, some of the new updates include live translation, which allows you in the apps like Messages, Phone, and FaceTime to do that live translation with your friends who maybe speaks another language, or a relative who you want to converse with more naturally like that. And of course, visual intelligence also gets some enhancements. So this is what allows you to use your iPhone camera to learn about the world around you, whether it's learning about what is this object, what is this thing that I'm looking at, or taking a photo of a flyer and putting that event in your calendar. Or also now you can use visual intelligence with what's on your iPhone screen. So you could circle something and search for it on Google or Etsy or another app.
Just so curious to know, how do you explain to people what Apple is doing from an artificial intelligence standpoint?
Yeah, well, part of that is, we're taking a lot of the goodness that you can get from ChatGPT, and it's integrated into our Apple Intelligence in iOS 26. So, for example, in the visual intelligence example I gave, if you were to take a look at a photo or point your camera at something, you could actually ask ChatGPT, what is it that I'm looking at, or ask for information about that. But you're right in the camera app already, and so you're just seamlessly integrating into ChatGPT ability to do that. And also we can integrate into Google or Etsy or other apps to do that. And it's all very seamless, and it's still the familiar apps that you're using every day.
And that's what we love. We love when technology's seamless and it's all integrating together and just making life easier. A lot of what I do is try to bring technology from a standpoint where everyone understands. And it's not a secret. Apple has always been a device that's so easy to use, so intuitive, thinking of ideas that are really moving the needle. I have to say, one of my favorite features right now is where you can take a photo and it automatically detects whether it should be like vertical or horizontal and get bigger or not. Can we talk a little bit about that and how that came about?
Yeah.
Were there complaints? Were people like, hey, you should come up with an idea? Or is this just internally something you're like, hey, I have a great idea?
Well, one thing we talked about is that people on iPhone took over 500 billion selfies last year.
I believe
And it
it.
is just
I believe it.
unbelievable how important that front camera is to capture your memories, whether yourself or with your friends. And so oftentimes you see people holding the camera like this, and it's natural to hold it in portrait orientation, but sometimes you want to get a better shot with more in the background or more people in the background, and then you're having to rotate your arm, and then when you look, your eyes might not be looking right at the camera. And so with this center stage front camera, which is available on all the iPhone models, you just look at it and AI will automatically detect as faces enter the frame, and it'll do that virtual rotation for you. So all you have to do is look at the camera, pose for the camera, and it'll just get everybody in frame just as you like it. And it's just, again, as you said, we are often focused on taking advanced technologies, making them accessible and easy to use. So while that sensor is really sophisticated to do that, to you as a user, it's just so simple.
So you know how every year there's a new Pantone color? Is Apple setting the record for what color is going to be next in the Pantone? Is that what's happening right now?
I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
How did we come up with these color ideas? I'm just so curious.
Oh, well, it's definitely a process.
Okay.
And there's some really talented teams in our design studio that consider color. And we look at things like the design of the phone itself, how it's going to look with color, how do those materials take color, and what do we want to express in the lineup that year. And so we're excited with where we landed. Hope you are too.
What are we expressing? Excitement?
Well,
Yeah.
we're always
Yes.
excited, but for iPhone 17 Pro, for example, these are these next level Pro phones that have unparalleled performance and capability, and we thought that cosmic orange really helps that pop. And of course, there's a deep blue and there's a silver if that's more what you're looking for, but we just love how the three colors go together, and we think they really represent the Pros really well.
I want to know which phone you're getting. Is it the Pro? Is it the Air? Where are we thinking right now?
That's so hard to decide. You're making me pick amongst all the children. I think they're all great options. I love the iPhone 17 in lavender. I love the
That's a very good one.
iPhone Air in sky blue, and I'm going to go cosmic orange on the iPhone 17 Pro.
It was a really exciting day. Thank you so much for taking
Thank
the
you
time
so
to
much
speak
for your
with me. I
time.
really appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
Jess.
you.
It's a pleasure
Thank
meeting
you.
you.
Likewise.
I hope to see
Thank
you
you.
next time.